This is a video for providers completing civil claims for the contingency period. If you are completing crime or mediation claims, please follow the correct video. The Legal Aid Agency has created a tool to automatically assign fee codes to contingency period claims. This video will walk you through how to use this tool. Most software vendors have confirmed that they will be able to update a submission to include the fee code without a need for providers to manually enter one. If this is the case, you will not need to use this tool. Check with your software vendor if you do not know how your system will handle contingency claims. This tool is for providers who have or can export their contingency claims, but these exports do not include fee codes, or have manually added claims to the bulk load spreadsheet and need to add fee codes to their claims. Please ensure that you are using version 1.1 of the Civil Fee Code Matching tool. Guidance has been shared with the tool. Please follow the steps in this video and the guidance. There are quite a few steps to complete. Not following the instructions may mean the tool does not work or your submission will not be accepted by the bulk load spreadsheet or submit a bulk claim. The processes for crime, civil and mediation are different. Please follow the correct guidance for the type of claims you're submitting. As an overview, you will import a claim file into this spreadsheet. The spreadsheet will attempt to automatically assign fee codes based on the claim information. For civil claims, it will also attempt to assign a fee scheme to each claim. You can then paste this data into the bulk load spreadsheet to create a bulk load file and then upload it to submit a bulk claim. We'll now walk you through the steps you need to take. You will need to submit files for each month of the contingency period. If you need this tool for each month's submission, then you will find this process easier if you can quickly locate the files. If you can export claims from your case management system but have not done so yet, you should export these claims and then put them in a location on your computer you can easily find. Ensure that each file is for 1 month and 1 office. If you've been using the bulk load spreadsheet to manually enter claims, again, ensure each file is for 1 office and 1 month and in a location you can easily find. Save a template copy of the fee code spreadsheet so that you can always start with a blank version. Only use one version of the fee code spreadsheet per month. Here, I've renamed the spreadsheet as template so that I know this is a blank file. Once I start working on it, I will either save a new copy and name it for the month that I've been working on, or close the file without saving it so that when I reopen the template again, it has no data in it. We will cover this at the end of the video. Open the fee code spreadsheet. You will need to enable macros and external connections. This allows the spreadsheet to do the calculations and access the files that you select. You may find that your version of Excel asks you about macros and external connections in a slightly different way. The spreadsheet should open on tab number 1, Start. Please note that this spreadsheet will only work with files containing 1,980 claims or fewer. Please ensure that you have read the information on this page and the guidance before you proceed. Next, go to the Select File tab, number 2. Here you will need to select the correct button depending on the file type your system has exported, either a CSV file or an XML file. Click the button to open a File Explorer window and select the file that you want to add fee codes to. Once the file has been submitted, you should see a pop-up box confirming the number of claims that have been imported. Error messages should also show on this page if any fee codes could not be mapped. Go to the Data for SaBC tab to see the claim data that has been imported. This is an example of what your data might look like. It is not a real file. Claims that could not be matched with a fee code will have a row highlighted in red and an error message displayed in the fee code column. These claims can be found by filtering the fee code table header row or the triangle button. You must enter a fee code if it is missing. Read the known issues at the bottom of the guidance document circulated with this tool and the guidance for SaBC claims to fill in missing fee codes or remove the claims before continuing. For civil claims, when you're prompted to decide between 2 different fee codes, please check the guidance document sent with this tool, then enter the appropriate fee code. There are instances where claims do not have enough information for the spreadsheet to identify the fee code. In these instances, please add the appropriate fee code using the guidance provided. There are additional steps for immigration providers only. If this is not relevant to you, you can either watch this or skip ahead to 7 minutes, 3 seconds. The Legal Aid Agency has asked all immigration providers to run their contingency claims through this mapping tool. This is to address some known issues. If you prepared your submission in versions 1.36, 1.37, or 1.38 of the bulk load spreadsheet, there is an error where data recorded in the travel time field of the bulk load spreadsheet has not been included in the export. This can result in the submission being rejected by Submit a Bulk Claim. Check the travel time column in the fee code spreadsheet, which is column AB. If your immigration claims are blank, then you will need to add in values. If this is the case, you will need to copy over data from the bulk load spreadsheet you used to create the original export file from. To add in travel time data, you have two options: manually enter each cell or copy and paste the columns data in one go. If you want to manually copy over each cell, you can do so. Just ensure that you copy over the correct value. You will need to paste this as values only. Alternatively, if you want to copy and paste in one go, highlight all of the data in the travel time column, excluding the header. Copy it and paste as values into the travel time column in the fee code spreadsheet. If you copy the entire column of data, check that you are copying and pasting from the same starting point in both spreadsheets, i.e. line number 1 in both, so that you can ensure that the data is copied over correctly. Please check that all of the cells in the travel time field in the fee code spreadsheet now have data in them, and that you have the correct number of rows completed. Once your data is correct, you will need to put this into the bulk load spreadsheet. Open the bulk load spreadsheet and complete the front cover. Next, select the button for the area that you need to claim for. Return to the fee code spreadsheet. You must copy and paste the data in 3 stages and in the order that we will show you. Otherwise, the bulk load spreadsheet's validation may prevent you from pasting in the data. On the fee code spreadsheet, copy the first group under step 1. Now, paste as values into the bulk load spreadsheet into the corresponding columns. Use your right button mouse click, paste special, and then values. It can look different depending on your operating system. If you don't have the option to paste as values, you may have the option to match destination formatting under the paste options. Use this instead. You can then repeat this for the second and third groups. So copying group 2, I'll paste as values for group 2, and then lastly I will need to copy the third set of data for this claim file. You should now use the Data Check button so that the bulk load spreadsheet can identify any issues in the spreadsheet. Once you've done this, you can then create the bulk load file. You will then be able to upload this file to submit a bulk claim. To add fee codes to another claim file, you will need a blank version of the fee code spreadsheet. You can either save as for this particular month that you have been working on to keep the completed fee code spreadsheet. So save as, enter the month that you've been working on, and then save. Alternatively, the other option is to close the spreadsheet and do not save. This means that you will then end up reverting back to the template version that you saved before, which has no data. You must do one of these actions, otherwise you will risk mixing different months' data, and any manual changes you have made may apply to a different claim. Once you've done this, you can reopen the template copy and return to the Select File tab to repeat this process for each month of the contingency period. If you need help with the process, please contact Submit a Bulk Claim Queries at justice.gov.uk.